going on, guys? Henry Kaminski here from uniquedesignz.net with another daily gem. And today I'm kind of freestyling a little bit. Saw some news yesterday that I was kind of pissed off about. And I was like, is this dude freaking serious? So I was up late last night watching sort of the 11 o'clock news. And I saw this whole thing about Harvey Weinstein and how he's being called out on harassment charges and how all these people came out and basically, you know, accused him of sexually harassing them. And it was like Gwyneth Paltrow and Angelina Jolie were a couple of the big names. And I was like, is this guy kidding me? Like, he's got the world by the nuts. He's got more money than God. And this is what you do? So I'm like, all right, I got some content for tomorrow. I'm going to officially create a verb out of this guy. And it's called Harvey Weinsteining. And my definition of Harvey Weinsteining is getting too comfortable with your successes and that giving you the right to treat people with no respect or to treat people the way that's just wrong and thinking that that's okay. Right? So are you Harvey Weinsteining again? Meaning, are you getting comfortable with your situation that you're resting on your laurels and you're forgetting about the basics and you're forgetting about how you got to where you are in the first place? You know, I wear this bracelet all the time and it says, remember why you started. Big shout out to Colby K for giving me this a year ago. I have not taken it off since. And it keeps me grounded in so many ways because it makes me remember and it makes me plant my feet in the ground of how it used to be, right? Now, that shouldn't determine your success or how far you go in the future, but it keeps me grounded. It keeps me reminded of the basics. Now, let's take Harvey Weinstein, for example, right? Let's take, for example, he didn't get too big for his britches. And he didn't let the success, get to him. And he remembered every day what he was grateful for. And he remembered every day how he got to where he was. You think he would be treating women like that? You think he would be treating people like that? So how do I tie this into entrepreneurship? How do I tie this into brand building? How do I tie this into business, right? I see on a daily basis a ton of entrepreneurs and small business owners that get these little wins or these big wins in business, right? They get a great month. They land a big client. And they get comfortable. They get cocky. They get like too cool for school. And they go out and they buy something really expensive. They start showing off a little bit. And then what happens? What happens? The next couple of months, they're not so good, are they? Sales aren't coming in like they were. The big client's project's done. Now you need another big client, right? And then all of a sudden, what happens? You start living paycheck to paycheck again. Right? And things aren't as fancy as they used to be or what they were the month before. And so what I'm trying to get at here is this. I want you to remember the basics. I want you to remember the fundamentals of branding and business and how that got you to where you are today. And a lot of you guys that are tuning in on a daily basis, you clearly don't know the basics of branding. You may know the basics of business, but you don't know the basics of branding. And so, you know, I created a little video, a little mini video series. You can check it out on my website when you get a chance. It's called the Branding Basics, and basically what it is it allows you to start to identify the key questions that need to be answered before you get out there and you start creating content or creating a brand or trying to connect with your audience. If you don't answer these 6 or 7 or 8 questions that I put in this training, before you go out and do that, you're putting the cart before the horse. So that's the key, guys, today. I want you to understand how important it is to remember why you started. Don't get all Harvey Weinsteined on me. And remember that no matter how successful you get, no matter how much money you make, you know, money doesn't make people happy. Money just exposes who you truly are, right? And Tony Robbins said this too. He says, you know, money just gets you to your problems in a little bit more style than the next person. So don't let that ego get to you, because there's no reason for it. And if you stay grounded, if you stick to the basics, if you stick to the fundamentals, but at the same time, stay innovative, continue to get hungry, or keep that hunger, I should say, and really understand that that's what you should be focusing in on and crafting and refining every single day is the basics. So what I want you guys to do today, this actionable step that I want you to take today, is simply this. Look at the earlier days of your business and look at some of the successes that you had back then and ask yourself, what did I do that made that happen, that created that outcome? And I want you to start doing more of that again. It will humble you tremendously. It'll humble you tremendously. I started doing this recently. I started to look back at some of the bigger wins that I had in the past, and I said, how did that happen? And I studied it. And I said, I did this. I didn't do this. And this is the outcome that I got. So tying this all into this week's theme is, you know, brand transparency, brand relevancy, right? And being aligned, I should say, with your audience's values. We all go through this, guys, as business owners, entrepreneurs. We all go through this. We have great months. We have bad months. We have, you know, ups and downs. We have good experiences. We have bad experiences, whatever. But resting on your laurels, getting too comfortable, getting too fancy, getting too big for your britches, and thinking that you could treat people a certain way just because you made it that month, right, isn't acceptable. And so I hope they throw the book at this dude. And I know, you know, he's going to pay his way out of it. I get it. But I'm glad they called him out. Somebody had to. So don't Harvey Weinstein people. Or don't Harvey Weinstein yourself is the real statement. Remember the basics. Go back to basics and understand why it is you're achieving the success that you're achieving. Study that and repeat that over and over and over again. It's that simple. It's that simple. It doesn't take a $1 million branding expert to teach you that, you know? So enjoy this. apply it, do it, remember it in the back of your head. Stay humble, and you will prosper. Hands down, you will prosper. So have an awesome day, guys, and I'll catch you on tomorrow's gem.